Good afternoon. My name's James Wright. Today I'll be doing a presentation on critically presenting my views on whether it is possible or desirable to improve organisational performance using HRM strategies. The HR strategy I've chosen is talent management. Talent management is defined as regularly demonstrating exceptional abilities and achievement, consistently indicating high competencies in areas of activity that strongly suggest transferable, comparable abilities in situations. Williams, 2000, page 35. McKinsey's 7S's model will be applied, as well as 4 imperatives at Williams and a little bit on 4 main factors of talented employees. The first of McKinsey's 7S's are strategy. A talent management needs to be strongly embedded in an organization, enabled to be able to be critically improving roles of the employees. An example of this from Smedley 2013, page 23, is employment and autonomy. It requires employees to input their own experiences on the strategy. Advanced Supply Chain, a company that decided to make their employees 100% autonomous, chose to have 3 factors to judge their employees on whether they've been successful or not. 1, have they grown enough personally, development? Secondly, are they challenging themselves in their work? Are they pushing what they're doing? Thirdly, are they supporting the business? Most importantly, making money and profit for the company. However, getting the strategic fit will create consistency and complacency, which can mean that competitors can see what the company's doing and they can react to them in a negative way. Structure, secondly, is currently there's a lack of succession and talent structures in organizations. I refer to succession interchangeably with talent, although succession is more towards recruitment. And in terms of recruitment processes, people may be outsourced, where you could have picked people in the company, but if you have bad structures in place, then you may not get the right people. In terms of fairness and an equal structure, Smedley 2013, page 24, said in the Employment Outlook, which was a study, that there are 3 reasons employees feel like they've been treated unfairly in the current structures. Being excluded from social groups at work, having unclear rules and expectations, and rewards not being based on work or merit. 3. The final of the hard factors is systems. Improved systems could offer on-the-job upskilling, create an ergonomic workspace, all to retain highly skilled employees. In terms of health and happiness, the example that first came about was Henry Ford. He had the whole idea about judging people in the workplace and looking at how you can improve their skills. Cliff Bar, a US company, decided that if they got $900 a year, they would give it to the employee who was the most energetic, did walks, bike runs, those sorts of things to get to work, carpooling, for example, to make the most of their health. It's important to have a healthy mind, healthy workplace. This system change, if it's too rapid, can affect the employees and can make them feel negatively about their workplace and that they may not really get engaged with the theories or the practices. The next 4 sections I'll do are sort of the soft skills. Fourthly, the skills, they are critical elements of talent management because the different levels of employees will have different types of skills, e.g. functional skills at lower levels, creative skills at higher levels. An example of sort of a more danger-based skill is being able to give them a certain amount of risk with a certain amount of reward. John Green, who worked, he's a small CEO in a company in the Isle of Wight, decided that if he gave his employees these bits of risk, then they could learn how to deal with bigger and greater rewards in terms of risk as well. However, certain employees, exactly as in banking, investment banking, have become slightly arrogant in certain areas, and they tend to overestimate their abilities, and you need to understand your skills better with strong talent management. Fifthly, staff need to be able to obviously retain them, because once you spend a lot of money training them, the last thing you want to do is lose your staff. Smedley 2013, page 21, had an example from KFC where most companies have Employee of the Month, but they had a sort of a Usain Bolt type pose idea where all it is you're doing a Usain Bolt pose. You're not doing anything more than any ordinary Employee of the Month, but you're making them feel a bit more special in their job, essentially. 6, in terms of style, you need a people-orientated leadership. It's essential to create a talent-focused organization. However, it's very difficult sometimes. You have to take things with a pinch of salt because you always these tend to look at the end process, not the current process. You need to look at how it's going to happen, not the finished product, and that often tends to be the way with these assumptions about styles and cultures. And finally, the 7th point, shared values. An employee in the company needs to have shared values to be able to come together. Smedley 2013, page 21, said that in the company called it was called Napkin Plastics, they had the whole idea about bottom-up training and bottom-up ideas, so that values are going up through the company as well as down through the company, so that the employees are also getting a say-so. In general, whilst this whole box theory is great about the 7 key ways you can look at employees in the company, it is difficult sometimes to fit employees into certain sections of an organisation, and you need to bear that in mind, that that doesn't always work in the real world. Now I'm going to cover the 4 imperatives. Firstly, you need to build an award-winning environment, so you need an outstanding company to build a great public image, culture, brand awareness that reflects a talent-orientated environment. Secondly, you need an exciting job, one that stimulates, creates great scope and opportunity for wealth, has respectful managers, and creates employees that are focused on talent management. And then finally, you need manage talent, so you need the management to be engaged in it and to give quality feedback on personal growth and areas such as that, because leadership, they set examples for employees to follow. The second imperative, need to make talent management a corporate priority. Williams 2050, page 51 said, so you need to foster a talent management environment, develop the necessary talent management skills, and you need managers to be accountable for those management factors. Thirdly, you need to create the means to identify and select outstanding talent. Williams 2000, page 67. Knowing what talent is in the business, so you need to SWOT analysis. You need to be able to then, secondly, recognize it, so being stringent, making sure you don't miss it, and you keep an eye on any talent processes that go through your company. And thirdly, just doing it. You need to, at a certain point, just do the project. You can't wait forever. Even if it's not perfect, it's important to still go ahead with your plan. And the 4th and final imperative, you need to engage talent and develop it. Williams 2000. 73 to 74. So some of these areas could be engaging talent with goals and directions of the organisation, moving and promoting talented people frequently, confronting issues of turnover loss among staff and performance. All of these areas are critical to developing the company's talent. The only critique really of these 4 approaches is that talent is essentially a euphemism for people, and because perspectives regarding how people can and should be managed vary so greatly, talent management literature can recommend contradictory advice because of all the multiple definitions. This definition was from Lewis and Heckman, 2006, page 141. So many definitions make it so hard to define, essentially. The final area I'm going to look into is the level of talent. So Toolsy 2011, page 270, said that there are the top leadership style. The top 1% is the leadership talent. So these are the critical staff, the staff you cannot do without. If they leave your organisation tomorrow, you will not really have a company. Essentially, you will not have a head to your organisation. They will be massively headhunted, and you need to protect them. You need key talent groups. They typically represent 2 to 5% of the employees. These are the specialists. They are very key as well. Then you have the core, which are like the 80-90%. They're the people that you could replace. They'll take a week or so to train up new people if necessary. And then the peripheral talent, these comprise the contractors, third-party members, which are still important. And a lot of talent-based organizations believe you should still manage these because they are still employees. By creating these talent groups, that you can make certain individuals feel like they're at the bottom of a hierarchy, and this whole class system, as we all well know, can be very negative or seen as very negative. In conclusion, it's not just possible to improve organizational performance with talent, but it's absolutely essential. Because at the end of the day, all an organization is people. If you take the people out of the building, all you have is a building. A company is its people, and if you don't manage them, then you'll lose them. There are 3 stages of an employee's life: recruiting, training, and retaining in talent. And that's literally from beginning, middle to end of an employee's career. So throughout the entire process, talent has a hand. Thank you very much for listening to my presentation. I've been James Wright. Thank you.